Hello, hello, everybody. I'm here. I'm off to the side working on. I just wanted to label this so that I knew when and where I created it before I put it up on my bookshelf. Did you see this project? I did it on the. I had just had to look it up. It was this week, but I couldn't remember what day. It was on the 22nd. That book was made for the Sparkle event, so I'm going to put that aside. I just wanted to get a label on it. Hello, good morning or afternoon, my friends. Welcome to the Comfy Nest with Grace. I thought we would continue working on this that we were working on yesterday. Now, I did run this through my machine to put some stitching in it. I'm going to glue it down here. And then we have our cover, which secondary cover, which is also the tie. So we're going to get that in place as well. Please say hello when you get here because I don't even know, is this working? Can you see me? Let me go over to YouTube and see. Let me check. Uh-oh, it's not showing that I'm live, is it? Yes, it is. Oh, good gravy it is, thankfully. There we go. All right, there's Wendy. Hey, good morning, Wendy. Hey, Carol. Welcome, welcome, friends. Thanks for being here. Vicky Champion's here. Hello, hello, my friend. All right, let's do it. We're gluing, and then, maybe I'll ask for your input on what comes next. This came out like way better than I even expected. Honestly, I'm really loving this cover. It's something new that I learned it from Amity Bloom here on YouTube. I don't know that that's anything she did recently. I think she probably has been doing this for a while, but I saw it and I'm like, man, I want to try that one time. So here we go. This is my trying it one time and I really like it. So thank you, Amity Bloom, for the inspiration. Okay, here we go. We're going to get her down. I think I'm going to do something on the back of this as well. I don't always pay much attention to the back. This feels, oh, hold on. I got to hold it up because it feels a little bit wonked out. I mean, you know, I like wonky, but there's limits. There's limits. Okay, this is ready. This is all ready to go, other than the fact that if I wanted to put like a prayer or a poem or a song lyric on the back, I sure could, but I'm going to leave that plain for now. But what I do want to do is come to the back and do something here. Now I have these leftover scraps. This is this corner of this page. So I thought, wouldn't it be fun if I could incorporate that back here somehow? So let's try that. I'm going to straighten this guy out though first. Let's just see if we can do that. Hey, Jennifer, how are you? What's everybody up to today? What's your Friday including? For it does not happen very often, but my son is not, my older son who's at college is not coming home this weekend. So that will change up the way our weekend, you know, plays out without him here. I might. I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. We're just going to figure it out. I think I'm going to add more fabric though. I think I should do one more piece here, bridging the gap, and maybe instead of doing, I could do paper, or I could do fabric, but instead of regular fabric, maybe a piece of something like this. So let's looky see. This actually fell out of the basket and it appears to be the appropriate size. Now this, I may tweak to get that out of there, get that off there. Maybe even a little pointier. Nope, that didn't go pointy. Are you guys creating this weekend? What will your weekend entail? Please do tell. No, I don't know that I like that. I think I like that more. I don't know. I'm just randomly, we're playing here, girls. We're just playing. And maybe this is glued here, regardless of what else is happening. I'm going to ink the edges of this, though. Oh, just because I don't want that white pulp showing. That's the only reason why. There's 8 people here. 4 of you have checked in. Thank you for saying hello. I do appreciate your company. I appreciate your input. I just dumped the whole bag of little things. I want to hear what you have to say. I want to know what's going on in your world. This is how I get to know you guys. So please chat with me. Makes it so much more fun to create in public. I mean, I could just do this on my own and not have anybody here and create. But I enjoy your company so much. So love to hear from you. Okay, I do like that better. And now I'm starting to think maybe I should do a little bit of that. I don't always de-stress, but I think I will on this one because I'm loving the look of it with that coffee stained paper. I know there are some creatives who distress absolutely everything. There are some who don't do anything. I'm kind of an in-between creative. I do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Because I really love the grunged out look more than anything. I think I like grungy. Now I already got all this on here, but we can still do a little. In fact, I could go right over my lace and grunge up the lace too. Just a little. I don't think I'll do that here a whole lot. Let's get this done first. And then touch. I don't want it totally taken over, just touched. Good. Now I'm also gonna, this is already coffee stained, but I'm gonna come in because I can, because I like it. We're gonna do a little more. This is mostly covered, so there's not a whole lot to worry about there, but let's look in here. I am dipping into brown ink, but I think that this dauber was black. I think it was for black. Oh, you can see I don't get too worked up about stuff like that. I love that. All right, let's go back here and see how clean. I mean, it is coffee stained, but it is still pretty clean looking. Sandy, what are you packing for, my friend? Are you moving? Or are you going somewhere fun? I want to go somewhere fun. Take me with you. Take me with you. I'm in need of a little vacay. Hey, from Kansas, Miss Carrie, how are you? Jennifer's hoping to craft this weekend. Her hubby and daughter and grandkids are going bowling tomorrow. Might have some time to craft then. That's nice. That's a little gift, right? When you get to have some time alone. That's what I had that one weekend when I got to do all that creating. It was just lovely to have that time to myself. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I think that's what I'm going to do. Hey, Denise Winton, I'm having a pretty good day. Thanks for saying that. I hope you're having a good day too. All right, we're on the back. We're on the back, and we're trying to come up with something cute here to just fill in. I'm not committed in any way to anything going a certain direction here. I just have these bits to work with. We got some bits. Now, when I did this on that other book that already sold, it's going out in the mail. I think it's the one that Lori snatched up. So that is off to the mail for her. I did stamp on the fabric on the back to put a quote on there, which I thought was pretty cute. If I'll do some myself, kind of like that. Let me go to my fabric and take a peek at what I have in here. I had already stamped. Where did I put those? Oh, is this them? Yeah, I had already stamped on a whole bunch of little bits of fabric. Just start with much love, like so. I could stitch something on there. I was kind of in a phase of, you ever do that where you're like, oh, I want to make these. So I made all these little patches that have hands. Some of them are hand stitched, some aren't stitched yet, but they're glued together. But you see how this is too dark for this, but I made all these little tiny patches. They're so cute. Look at this tiny little one. It actually does match. Look at it. It's just teeny tiny little patch. That's really cute. This says, I put my heart and my soul into my work and have lost my mind in the process. That's hilarious to me. This little With much love, I actually like it, except for the fact that it's a little too long. So let's see if I can cut it down. I'm going to glue and stitch that maybe on there and have this little stitch work back here on this. It's even a little wide. So I'm going to gently, with my terrible scissors, it's still just a little bit long. I do love the placement of all this stuff, but this is still feeling a little long. Well, it works. It works. I try not to overthink things too much. We bought a house, cheaper than the one we are in, but bigger, and it has a fireplace. Oh, it's in a different town. So Sandy, is it in a different town far enough that you have to get like new doctors, new church? Or are you able to keep most of your standard, like my favorite grocery store, my favorite gym, my dentist? That's a big, oh no, that's a big deal when you have to switch all of those services and learn new providers. It's a real nice, if you upgraded your house for less money, bonus, right? Big time bonus. But then you can keep all your services. Wow, that's like win, win, win. I got glue on my desk that I must get off before it hardens up. Okay, I really do like this. See, usually the only thing that I'm going to stitch is this. I love the placement of all these, and I certainly don't want to lose them, so I'm going to just start gluing them down before I lose my spot here. My boyfriend is coming over to craft with me. Carrie, are you kidding me? Where did you find that man? All the girls want to know. Where did you find a man who will craft with you? Oh my gosh. How fun is that? All right, if I can get that glued down, then the rest of it I can just, piecemeal the gluey glue here. I don't think I like this little piece of black thread poking out, so I'm going to snip it off. The other one got glued behind. Totally fine with that. Kind of like this piecemealing patchworks of fabrics and papers back here. Is this glued? Mostly. Needs a little more. There we go. Ugh, it goes right through on your fingers with lace. What else? Who else is doing what this weekend? You want to share your plans? I don't really. So tomorrow, let me think. Maybe I'll get to sleep in tomorrow. When Landon is here, Landon is the early rise. Landon and I rise early, but on a Saturday is the only day I can sleep in if I don't have anything going on. So sometimes I just need to, because I'm so just exhausted from my week, right? But when Landon is here, I don't sleep in. Even if I could, I don't, because I want to see my child and I want to hang out with him while he's here. So even if it is a day where I don't have anything else going on, if he's up, I'll get up. So I can just be there while he's doing his homework at the table. Which is usually what happens. He does it, he'll work on his homework in the morning while his girlfriend is working. So that he's free when she's not working to hang out with her on the weekends. Hold on, girls. I can't talk to you and do this at the same time. Oh, it's bad. I'm a one-minded girl. One thing at a time, friends. One thing. All right. Do I need another stitch on here is what I'm wondering. I don't really need it. I love like the stitch line. That is both. So this I glued down in the middle, and then I was able to get a stitch line over the edges. That's going to go there, but I want it underneath here. Did I mess myself? No, I didn't. Good. I want it to go underneath there because I like the layered look. So let's get some glue on it. Some journaling, crafting, and cleaning. Your crafter. Oh, nice, Carol. Nice. I've been trying to what is the word I would say? Reorganize, in the fact that I'm trying really hard to put the things immediately at, like, the things that I want to get to most often, like immediately in my fingertips, if that makes sense. I want to make it not difficult to get at the things that I use most often. Now, I told you yesterday, my IOD stamps that I love so much, I hardly ever use them because they're out of sight, out of mind. So I'm thinking about emptying one of the drawers in this table of the things that I don't use that often. Like, I'm basically just using the drawer for storage. I have like the bottom shelf in this, the bottom drawer in this table has paintbrushes and stuff in it that they're just extra paintbrushes. They're not the paintbrushes I use daily. So I think I'm going to take those out and find a new home for them. Oh, I might have messed this up. I have to peel this back a little. That way I can put those stamps in this cupboard, this table where I'm sitting. Uh-oh. Okay, get it right, Gracie. How do you want it? We're going to go up a little. Like that. That's how I want it. So that I can get at those stamps more easily and use them more often, because I really do love them. They're amazing. They're amazing. Are you glued down or aren't you? You're not. Oh my goodness. Now I got a big bead of glue. What are we doing here, girls? You're slowing. You're changing to all clear storage and organizing. Yes. Good. Good for you. All right, that was a extra big bead of glue that I had to get off there. I think that is so cute. And I love how the blue, that's the same fabric that's here. That's the extra piece that was left over. So it all matches. Matchy, matchy. Okay. Now, a little bit of reorganization here of the space so that I can do the next thing. Put some things away. Hang tight. I got paper and fabrics all over me. This has to dry for a minute. Now, I could... This is ready to go. Loving this. These, I didn't end up using these right now, but what we could do is you tell me, what would you like me to do next? What would you like to hang out and watch? You didn't realize how much craft stuff you have. Sandy, when we moved like 7 or 8 years ago, it was the same thing. When I started to pack up my craft room, I literally got so anxious and overwhelmed by how much stuff I had that I literally gave away to the thrift store all of my Stampin' Up! Stamp pads, all of my Stampin' Up! Stamps. I think I gave them all, and a bunch of other stuff. But it's the Stampin' Up! Pads and the stamps that I am so regretful that I gave them all. I just didn't want to pack them. I was so overwhelmed. I was thinking, I just don't use these often enough to keep them. So I gave them. I wasn't thinking. I gave them to the thrift store, and then after I moved, I regretted it. Went back to the thrift store. I used to work at the thrift store, and I bought some of it back. There was like one bag left, and I bought it back. No stamps, no stamp pads. It was just stamps. It was really. So let me just encourage you to really think before if you're deciding to downsize. Think about downsizing the things that are easily replaceable, not expensive. Don't get rid of the stuff that's expensive. That was a really unfortunate decision that I made. What is back there? Oh, Gannon's little wire pumpkin that he gave me. Hey, Crafty Pete. How are you? Thanks for being here. Thank God it's Friday. She's saying, thank goodness. Thank goodness. Didn't mean to say God's name. So it wasn't in vain, but I say a little prayer when I catch myself. I don't like to do that. God bless us and be with us on this Friday. All right. Would you like to see me embellish some of these pages, or should we start on a new cover? Now, this book, this was my demonstration yesterday for the Crafty Bunch, and I wasn't looking to make a new book, but I do have a new printer, and so I really wanted to show you how to get these smaller prints from your printer. And also, because I've had people say to me, I bought a borderless printer, but I don't know how to borderless print. I wanted to show you how that looks on my computer as well. So I did that yesterday and made this book from that demonstration. You know, wanted to do something with those pages because it was a Think Spring event. So I pulled those really pretty spring-like pages. The other thing I showed yesterday, demonstrated, was how to use, this is decorative scrap paper, to cut it down to size and run it through your printer when you're doing your printables. so that you have double-sided. It's not just plain white on the other side. I think that's super helpful to know. I could use a corner piece as a pocket. A corner piece of what, Vicki? Use a corner piece as a pocket. I'm not sure. You tell me more on that. So would you like to see me embellish these a little, decorate these pages a little, or should we move on to a new book? Should we move on to a new book? I do want to figure, like before, I'm not sure. I don't think I'll end up keeping this. I think this will be one that I share, make available for purchase. So there are a few things that would have to be done. I usually build up the pages a little bit. This was a printing error that we got that, and actually I thought maybe I could add some ruffles and trim to that. So let me look through my trim that I have sitting here. This stuff here. I have so much more trim. I have some really bright trims. I'm going to roll away here for a minute. I'm right here, but I'm just looking across my room for my bright trims. I have so many of these boxes of trims and laces, but I have this one that has, like, see how they're really bright rather than vintagey? Like that matches really well, right? So we could put, it would go this way. I could put this on the edge, and this is a tassel trim. Let's put this on here. That could be really cute on here. Oh, my shoulder hurts. Jeez Louise, I'm an impingement in my shoulder. Like I can only lift it so high. I want to cut this right here. Focus, Gracie. Focus. Terrible scissors though. They're terrible. Okay. The way that these work, if you've never known this, I'm going to glue this down. It is a tassel trim. So once I glue it down and it's in place, you pull on this white string and it reveals the tassel. The tassel right now is sewn together so that you can handle your trim and store it and not have like the tassel get out of control on you. Okay. Is tassel trim the right word? I'm not even using the right word, am I? Let me glue this down and I'll show you. Jennifer, thanks for saying that. You're a sweetheart. You are so sweet. All right, we're going to put a lot of glue here. Big, nice, chunky bead. This bottle is almost out. I have another bottle waiting in the wings, but I'm not going to open it until this one's gone. I've been just storing it upside down. I have this little thing that I got off Etsy that I use to hold my glue. Okay, so the white part is what we're going to release. So it's the blue part, the same colored part. The white's going to go away. So I'm going to glue down, or yeah, so fasten down or glue the blue edge. I cut that funky. That got cut wonky. That's like how my mom used to cut my bangs when I was a little girl. That's hilarious. I'm going to leave it like that because that reminds me of that. Now what we do is we pull on the white string. I have no fingernails. I'm going to use this little sharp thing. See how much is hanging over the edge? How fun is that? We're going to pull on this white string to release the tassel. It's like you almost need like a seam ripper, right? And then we're going to pull on this. And then that goes in the garbage. Or you could use it in like a little cluster or something. And then that reveals, like it loosens your tassel so that it can flow freely. You see your fringe, how it, now you have that. It's so cute. Like, I love that poking out there. I love it. I love it. So I had that page, and then there's probably a matching page on the other side that has a white. See, I have a couple of these white trim pages. I can't keep all of them. I'm not going to keep all of them. So like these ones, I'm not going to put trim on this page and trim on this page. It will just become too much. So we are going to tear this white away. And then there should be one more on here to cover the one on the other side of the book. Let's deal with these white trims that I left behind. I don't mind a little of this being ratty, but this is a little too much. We're gonna do that. And then let me get this one off. Oh, little heart. I'm going to find a job for you somewhere, but for now, you can just hang out right here with the ladies. Doop. Doop. All right. So Gannon got a beautiful haircut. My poor Gannon. He wants his hair long, and his dad and I are, oh no, I'm tearing 2 pages. I can feel it. Oh, look what I did. Well, they're both white, so I guess I'll go with it. We'll just do it. It's okay. Gannon wants to keep his hair long, ladies. And his mom and dad, myself, my husband, were like, nope, you need to cut your hair. So he had it like growing over his ears and on his neck. It just looked unruly and messy. And we've been saying to him for weeks, just let dad take you out to the garage and clean up your sideburns and your neck, like needs to be shaven. But he wouldn't let Christopher do it. He wouldn't let his brother do it. So we made him get an appointment. He went and got a haircut, and he looks so good. He looks so good. He's so handsome. And I mean, every time he walks in the room, I'm like, oh my gosh, he looks so good. And he's like, right. He said, why can't I just keep it long? I said, because we don't like it long. When you are paying your own bills and you're in your own house and you're doing you can do what you want. But right now, we are still your parents and we get to have a say in this. We don't like it. It's not happening. You need to look neat and not unkempt. You look unfinished. It's not styled. He just looked awful. It just was like just hanging out there doing nothing. I said, you need to take some pride in the way you look, buddy. Oh my gosh. This trim I love too. It's adorable and I love that it's yellow. So we're going to put this towards the back here, kind of hanging out. This one is like hanging on for dear life. It's just, I might leave that there just for now to see what that does. It's just kind of unraveled a little bit. I'm going to cut this to size. Let's put a few trim pieces on here. How long do I need you? This stretches just a little bit, so I have to be careful not to be stretching it when I'm cutting it. This comes in lots of colors. Lots and lots of colors, and it'll last you a lifetime, for goodness sake, for how much they give you. It was the last page in the bottom corner. You glued the piece of paper down. Oh. Oh, were you talking about this little piece? Yeah, I wanted that for the back, that little extra piece. I don't mind. Try to keep up with your comments, ladies. All right, let me put this aside because I can't even move with that at my elbow. Now I have space. I got to do something about this too. I love this, but we're going to do maybe some patchwork. But let's get this down first because I had my trim box out. So let's at least add 2 trims. This is so cute. I'm going to lay that there so it's ready to go. You could stay down. That would be helpful for me. And you could stop popping up. That would be helpful to me. And then I'm going to put a bead of glue and we're going to pull this over and glue it down. Oh my gosh, I just love that yellow color. I love it. I love it. So it's been so blazing cold here in North Dakota. We do have a hot tub, but there's not a lot of use in January. It's just too cold, like below 0 regularly with like 50 below wind chill. It's just unreasonable. Nobody wants to go out in the hot tub in that when it's outside. So even though it's ready to go all the time, we don't use it. So I went in it yesterday because I've been so uncomfortable and so just in pain this week. I'm just struggling. So I thought now that it's nice out, I can get in that hot tub. That really does help relax my muscles. So got in the hot tub, but I realized, oh my gosh, I have to clean the filters. I got to clean the filters. That's going to have to be a weekend project. Cleaning the filters, paying attention a little. I have to order some new filters for the hot tub, which whenever I say that to myself, I hear cha-ching. When the kids were little, they loved Legos. And when I would tell them, pick up your Legos. And then I would go vacuum the living room floor. And every time I heard the vacuum suck up a Lego piece, in my head, I would hear cha-ching, just because it was so expensive. And I would say, and they would say, what part was that? And I'd say, I don't know. I told you to pick up your Legos. It's in the vacuum now. So we had one of those vacuums where you could see the drum. It wasn't a bag. It was like a clear drum that you emptied. No bag. It was bagless. So we could see what it was. And sometimes they'd be like, I want that part. If it was, a head or something of a Lego man, I want that. It's like, well, I told you, I'll try to get it out, but I told you to clean out your Legos. Look at that is kind of like a broken, it's coming unfringed, but I might just leave it for now because I think it's kind of funny. It's kind of funny. Look at how cute. This little trim just makes my heart happy. How can a little trim with little balls like that make somebody happy? I don't know, but it does. It sure does. I should check the side and make sure I didn't have any oozy glue. Oh my gosh, isn't it cute? So we have plain paper here. That must mean there's some plain paper up here. Yep. Oh no, that's my envelope. My envelope. Here, these 2 pages for sure need a little attention. So I'm going to do a little collage work or something. Maybe some book page, dictionary page. I saw someone do something recently in a reel. I don't even know who it was. I mean, I don't know if your feed is like mine. I just, a lot of craft stuff comes across my feed. And I literally can't remember, like, it's just someone I don't even know. They just shared something. It's not somebody I follow, but somebody it just came across. I don't know who did it, but I'm going to show you what they did. I thought it was really cool. Okay. I'm going to find a word that I want to highlight first. Can anybody think of a good word? Like, I'm going to PQRS. Do you have to do that every time? What if I found the word sweet and we highlighted sweet? Because this book is sweet. Here's sweet. Uh-oh, it goes from one to the other, so that's not going to work. I'm going to show you the word if I can find it. Wow, oh, here we go. Here we go. We'll do this. Darling. I found darling on here. I like that word. I use that word darling a lot too. So if we wanted to use the word darling on here, I'm going to, oh my gosh, daffodil. And we've got this yellow trim. That is stinking perfect. So let's do, oh, but I need the darling. How much of this can we get on here, girls? Stinker. All right, let's see what happens if I rip off as much of this edging as possible. Can I fit both darling and daffodil? Because I like the word daffodil. Let's try to make it smaller. Amazon, Jennifer, but I do sell it in my, I mean, that's stinking, I do sell it on Whatnot. It's in my Whatnot marketplace in the Buy It Now. I sell, I can't remember if it's like 10 colors. I can't remember how I bundled it. And the reason I'm doing that, ladies, is because I'm telling you, when you buy some of this stuff from some of these sites, they send you, for example, if it's like little metal embellishments, who needs 500 eyelets? I don't need 500 eyelets. 100 would last me 5 years, right? So why are you selling me 500 or 1,000 eyelets? It drives me nuts. So I have to pay $20 for 1,000 eyelets. I only need 100. Can you just give me 100? So I've been busting up my stash into smaller bits and selling it on my Whatnot. So I have an auction coming up next week, I believe. You can check it out, but you can go and shop from the marketplace, my Whatnot store, anytime you want. You don't have to wait for a show. Anyway, but I did get off Amazon. Okay. Can I fit, if I go over my trim edge, I can fit both of these. It just slightly goes over. I wasn't intending that. I kind of wanted it to butt up like that, so I had as much of that yellow as possible. Look at, if I go right up to the edge there, and I go right up to the edge here, look what happens. There's like 1/4 of an inch that I could lose. And that would allow me to show this color here. So I think I'm going to rip this down. I'm going to fussy rip it. Hi. What's happening? You having a better day?
Yep.
Good. Okay.
Yep.
I'm having an okay day. Thanks for asking. I'm not getting much done, but it hasn't been bad. I had that meeting at 9 a.m. Mm-hmm. I forgot to call you. I'm sorry.
Good, I know.
And now I'm live, so I haven't had any time to myself. Sorry.
No one promised you that this morning.
time to, I never get time to myself. It just doesn't happen. Even when I was in the hot tub yesterday, I was cleaning it. I'm like, this isn't very relaxing. I'm down here cleaning and, using the little net to pick stuff up. I'm like, this, how is this relaxing? Every time I get in the hot tub, it tends to be a cleaning session for me. All right, look, is this going to do what I want it to? Get rid of that 1/4 inch so I can get both daffodil. We're going to try it, girls. I don't want dangerous. I want daffodil and darling. Oh, and dance is a good word. All right, we're going to do it, girls. We're going to make it happen. Look at how cute. Now, what somebody had done, let's just see. I'm not sure how this is going to work. First of all, let me take off this excess. Let me take off this excess. My husband just came home. My husband had a really doozy of a day yesterday. Do you want to hear about it or not? I went to a store in Salt Lake City and just happened to cross a box of 500 book corner metal pieces for $4. Dang, Sandy, that's a really good price. That's nice. Hey, Callie, how are you, friend? What's happening, girl? What's happening? What's happening? Okay, I need a piece of scrap paper or something behind this. Where's my book? Where's my little book? Here's just like a little catalog I'm going to use just so I can. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll take the same gesso because it's already on that page. Shake it up a bit. Shake it, shake it, shake it, shake it all you can. All the boys are watching, so do the best you can. Round and round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. All right, let's see. Enough of that, right, Gracie? All right, let's do it. I'm going to put a little bit of gesso here. And we're going to highlight these words. I thought this was such a cute idea that someone had done. Now, what do I want to use for this? Maybe a paintbrush. I was thinking a rubber thing, but maybe a paintbrush. Now, I want to show darling and I want to show daffodil. So I'm going to hide all the other words. Even though it's a dictionary page, we're going to go in here and we're going to cover up, even if not perfectly. I think this is such a fun idea. Somebody else did it. I didn't come up with it, but we can sure use it. Oh, I wasn't that precise, girls. There. Actually, it's wiping off just fine. And then I'm not going to get all the way down. The nice thing about actually putting a little bit of paint on your paper, your book pages, generally these book pages are pretty dry and brittle, especially depending on how old your book is that you're pulling the page from. So adding a little bit of gesso or paint to your pages actually gives them a little more strength and thickens them up a little bit. So we're going to have darling on one side. Let's put that there to dry a little bit. And then we'll do daffodil on this side. Oh, and Daisy! Daisy's on this one too. All right. So I guess we're going to hide Dagger, Daily, Dainty. Dainty's cute. Let's hide Dagger and Daily. I mean, the person who did this only exposed one word. But there are some cute words in the D section on this page. Let's do this. That. Here's Dainty. We don't want dairy. What is dace? A raised platform for an honored guest. Didn't know that word. We don't want dairy, Grace. Anybody in Wisconsin? Don't take offense. I just went over Daisy, though. Oh, Daisy. Daily. We don't want daily. Be more focused than I am. We don't want damage. That's a bad negative word. No. We hide damage. Damp. We can keep dance. I think that the dance actually going this far down is going to get cut off because this piece is too long. How cute is this? Daffodil, Dainty, Daisy. All right, I'm going to get rid of Daisy. I went over it a little bit. I'll keep Daffodil and Dainty, and let's just cover Daisy and see what we think. How cute is this? I don't know how much length I need, so let's just see about that for a quick minute. Here's my book. No, I need to go a little further down. Every time my husband goes to the store, he even looks for craft stuff for me. We have found all kinds of name brand stuff really cheap. At what store, Sandy? Where are you finding all your Your name brand stuff for cheap. Or is that at a thrift store or a consignment store? Or are you just getting them on sale at Michael's? Like, where do you go? You won't be competing with me. I'm in North Dakota, so I won't be shopping your shelves. Don't you worry, girl. I'm going to do this one a little bit more too. I want this to be a little bit more opaque, covered up more. There, it's better. Because we really want people to focus on the word that you did not cover. Oh, darling. Darling dainty daffodil. Cute. All right, we're going to dry these up and see about how am I going to glue these down so they look cute. I wonder if I shouldn't take that daffodil off the page. See this title up here? Let's see. This page here, this is a catalog I'm going to throw out in my garbage. This I can put aside. Maybe I'll need it again, so I'll put it close to me. This is the problem. I want everything in proximity to me while I'm working. Here's our book. Guys, do you guys buy coffee regularly? Please don't take offense to this statement. Okay? I'm going to say something. I went for coffee with a couple of ladies this morning. I actually met with one of my legislators who's fabulous, Kathy Freilich. She's awesome. She just is really good about giving time and attention and answering questions and all the stuff. So we have, my friend and I met with her to ask her some questions about some stuff that's going on in our state legislative session. Now, if I got rid of that big word daffodil and popped this up, there would be more separation between this word and this word, like that. If I keep it down, do you see how close they are to each other? So I think I am going to lose this daffodil up here. I actually will save it. Let's use it somewhere else in the book. And then I'm going to glue this down. And honestly, I have a little bit more space here that I could cut this a little slimmer because all of these words are covered up. But if I can get right to the edge of the last two words here, I can fit, oh, I cut that crooked, obviously. Then I don't lose as much of my yellow color there. I like it. All right, we're going to do that. It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny. It's going to be cute. That's what I think. One at a time so I don't screw, or I could put them together. It doesn't matter what I lose on the bottom here because it's all just painted. Right, so this bottom tear doesn't really matter as long as it lines up with the bottom of the page. I went for coffee. I started a thought and then I lost my train of thought. I went for coffee this morning. I got an Americano with nothing in it, just espresso with water. Isn't it espresso? Yes, it's espresso and water in a cup. I asked for a 12 ounce. They don't have that small one, 16 ounce. Fine, I'll take a 16 ounce. And my girlfriend, I said to her, just, I said, my treat, get what you want. So she ordered something. I remember the word vanilla, maybe latte, oat milk. I don't really know what she ordered. I don't really drink those drinks anymore. When I did, I used to get the same thing every time, a caramel soy latte. That's all I knew. That's what I got. But I don't do that anymore. I can't afford the sugar and the calories, so I don't. I just order black coffee. It was like $10 and change for 2 coffees. I was like, what? For 2 drinks, girls. I make coffee at home. I grew up frugal. I mean, my dad would complain about this when I was a kid. He always used to say that soda and soda and coffee are the biggest crock, right? Like, because you can make a cup of coffee for 2 cents at home, but that's what he used to say. But you go out and you pay $1.50 for a cup of coffee at McDonald's. So I've been raised with this mindset. But I was like, holy moly, this is why I don't drink coffee out the house. This is looking really cute. All right, I got to get it glued down. I don't necessarily need this fancy fabric glue though. And I don't want a wet glue. So I think I'm going to use this for the bulk of it in the middle. And then I'll add a little bit of that heavier liquid glue to the edges. And we'll just do one at a time here. So anyway, my goodness, 10 plus bucks for 2 coffee. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what the heck? I can't afford to do that. I literally cannot afford that. I can't believe I did it for so long. When my kids were little and I worked at the college, the local community college, now I was working full time, getting out of the house early. The kids would go to daycare at the college, but we would drive right by this sweet little coffee shop that had a drive-through, and it was locally owned. So it wasn't like a big, you know, nationally known brand. It was a locally owned, family owned and operated coffee. And I thought, I loved it. Every single day I stopped there. Well, not every day. Maybe 3 times a week I would stop there and get a caramel soy latte when the kids were babies. That was my big treat. But now that I'm older, why is it all of a sudden like I can't even bring myself to do that? I'll just skip the coffee, even though it's a treat. Well, now I don't drink the fancy ones anymore. So black coffee isn't really a treat because that's what I drink at home. There's no difference other than it cost me $5. Oh my gosh, I'm turning into my parents, right? Does anybody else have this? And it's no problem. I have family members who buy coffee, if not daily, very regularly. And you do you. It's your money. You do what you want with it. I can't justify it for my budget, but I have no judgment against those who do, because you guys are keeping these businesses in business. So do you, and you support those businesses. I do think that that's good. It just blows my mind. How is it $10 for 2 coffees? This is so cute. I can't even stand it. I can't even stand that, you guys. Darling, and I put the daffodil on the wrong side, so now they're backwards. But Daffodil Dainty Darling. Oh my goodness. Why are you not sticking? Though, why are you not sticking? Day 5 in my jammies from catching the flu from a scrapbook retreat. Oh no. Oh no. Where was your scrapbook retreat? Did you have to travel far? I'm so sorry to hear that. Oh gosh, that's just the flu is no fun for anybody. I know we always laugh at men when they get a cold and they get sick and they think that they're going to die when they have the flu. Well, you do feel like sometimes, depending on the flu bug that you get, that you are. And 5 days is a long time for it to linger. I hear there's some really nasty bugs going around. Our town has been really full of it this winter. I don't go out very often. I go to church and I do Walmart pickup for groceries anymore. I do go to our locally owned grocery store about once a week and order, like, pick up stuff from there too. But for the sake of time, I really do like ordering from home, picking up at the end of the day. Vicki, we've talked about that too. She said, I really rarely get coffee or other drinks when we order out or eat out. There have been times, if we take the kids out to dinner, when we walk away from that dinner table, say we decide we're going to treat ourselves to dinner, we go out, I don't care if it's pizza or if we go out for a steak. Either way, Chris and I always look at each other when we get the bill and we're like, holy buckets, for one meal? Because when you think about your grocery bill, you're paying now. Listen to me. We own a business, so we know operating costs of the building fees, the taxes on the building, your utility fees, your staff and your employees, your insurance alone is crazy. We pay a ton of money in commercial insurance. It costs money to run a business. So I'm not complaining about people having businesses. That's not at all what I'm saying. We are a business owner. If you want the convenience of eating out, then you're going to pay for it. But we do get it sometimes and we're like, oh my gosh, how did it end up being that much? And we decided, we have told the kids sometimes, nobody's getting a Coke. Nobody's getting drinks. Chris and I I'm not going to get a glass of wine. You're not going to get a root beer. We're all going to have water, because it usually saves us between $10 and $15 for a meal. So when we want to cut our our dinner expense, if we're treating ourselves to dinner out, we will tell the kids before we go on. Now, remember, everybody's drinking water because it adds up so quick. Oh my gosh, this page is so cute. Now, I want to find a place, don't forget, for this little word daffodil. And I'm wondering, I can't really pick it up because I don't have nails. I'm going to try to put my little press-on nails today. Like, it would be really cute to have this somewhere in the book. Like, maybe I'll just put it here as a precursor to the next page, and I'm going to leave it in its entirety. Yes, I love water with lemon. I don't always think to get the lemon, and then, I don't order it immediately, and then it's like, oh, they already brought my water. I'm not going to ask them to go get me a lemon now. I just don't. But I do like water and lemon. I drink that a lot at home, actually. I'll put 1 slice of lemon and 1 slice of lime in a bottle of water. I do think that's really refreshing. Hey, Diana, how are you, friend? Yes, water only, right? It took us a few times and we were like, how is that so expensive? And that, because we'd say, oh, we ordered 2 pizzas. How is it that much more? And then I'd look at the bill and like a soda is $3.50 or sometimes up to $4.50 for a soda. And granted, they'll say unlimited soda, right? They'll refill your glass as many times as you want. But if it's a pint-sized glass, sometimes that's all I will drink. I mean, and I don't want my kids drinking 3 pint-sized glasses of root beer before they go to bed. So we just say water. And I'll say to the kids, we have cans of soda at home. If you really want something, now that they're teenagers, I don't really like say too much to them if they're picking a soda because they're like grown men almost. Like Landon again is going to be 18 in a few weeks and Landon's 19. So I don't really, I try not to say anything. Like, that's their choice, If it's nothing dangerous, I just like, well, he's going to live with the consequence of, if he can't sleep or something. All right, I have to figure out what to do with this, and I think I'm going to patch it up, but I probably could use putting something in there I want to keep that. Well, what do I want to do about this? That looks perfectly sensible, but when you open it up, that's what you get. Because look at everything's still there. When I ripped this open, the vellum ripped right there, but it's still there. So when I close it, that looks right. But when I open it, then you have this big hole. I might just patch it. I have patchy type fabric, if that makes any sense. Let me see if I can find some. Like, how cute would it be to put a piece of like this? It's like just little checks. I have an idea. It always starts that way. I have an idea. Let's just try something here. If I cut this down to make it skinnier, this just covers basically the hole. If it's there, look at how cute that is. If it's there, I can still, I love that fits just like a little puzzle piece. It fits right in there. If I glue this here, it actually, I'm just going to leave it at that. I was going to do something else, but it actually fits quite well. I can see where the sticker ends, so I'm going to put this right where the sticker ends to cover this hole, like this. I think the older I get, the more conservative I get with my money too. When I was a young mother and working outside of the house, it really did feel justifiable to me to pay $4 or $5 for a coffee a few times a week because I was like, well, I'm working, I'm out of the house, I'm contributing, I deserve a coffee. We've been married for 22 years. 22 years of trying to get the budget to work and make everything copacetic for our marriage and for the family and for our budget. And then I'm like, you know what, Grace, that $15 a week, it's just ridiculous. There's just no reason to spend all that. I love this so much. All right, this has to dry before I I just think I love this itty bitty grunginess. Piece it together. It is a junk journal, so I love staying within the realm of or honoring the fact that we're using junk to make pretty things. So this is part of that. It's just like a really good example of that. Now I should, and I could try to figure out what would I like to put in there that could be pretty. I have all these pages left over. Let me make some room here so I can look at it. I do want to use this in there somewhere eventually, but I'm not going to worry about it just yet because I don't think I want to put it in that pocket. But like this would fit in there. This is the one that has that paper studio, but it is decorative on both sides. So if I can put something over that, this would be cute in there. I don't like the white edge, so let's get rid of that. I have all these fancy scissors that I never use. I'm that girl who's like, oh, I don't want to pull out the really good scissors. I don't want to ruin them. My sister gave me these scissors and they're freaking fabulous. So Kathy, if you're watching, here I go. I'm using them. They're amazing. I always use these because they're good enough. Anytime my hubby and I go out, not often at all, we drink water only too with lemon, but soft drinks are so expensive. They are. They are. And we know they're not good for us either. So there's a double whammy, right? Like we can say to ourselves, okay, not only am I saving my budget, but I'm saving my body from having those sweeteners in them, whether they're artificial or not. Okay, I'm going to cover this up with something, but to decide what to cover it up with. Here's my paper scraps. And let me just look quick and see if there's something like pretty. I have this. This is a leftover scrap and it would cover that completely. If I did that, I could fold it over. It would have to be, the fold would have to be right there. Right about there. Let's just see what this would look like. And then I think what I'll do, I'm going to do this. And then I think what I'll do is put a little phrase here. You know, like I'll stamp something. I'm going to look for my pinking shears. Let's make this a little more decorative. So we're going to make this like a fancy decorative element added. And no one will ever know that we were covering up something ugly on the paper. Uh-oh, am I going to have too little to... Nope. Fold over. So I'm going to first glue this down and then, oh, it just covers it. And then I'm going to have another little piece of probably like this paper and we'll stamp something on there. So now what to stamp on there, girls? Tell me. What should I stamp on there? We're covering all of this, so we might as well just... do that. And from edge to edge, we need a little bit right there. Let's get this glued down. And hold. And what should I put on there? I would make it so the flowers are toward the outside opening. What do you mean? What flowers are toward the outside opening? These? Then they'd be upside down. So no, we're going to go like this. I'm going to stick this in here and we're going to put a phrase on here, but I wonder what phrase to put on there. Let me go into my words. Oh, I was using that to hold that down. Haha, silly me. All right, let me go into my words folder. Where is it? Where did I put it, girls? It's on the floor. It's on the floor right next to me. Next to all the things that I dropped. All of these things that fell on the floor. It goes away when I'm at it. And then let's look for little phrase that we can put on here. I have like entire phrases. I have just words. Some are on white paper. Some have colors behind them. You are fearfully made. I like that one. It's jumping out at me. This one says thankful for friends. I like this one right here. Let's see if I can, it's so small though. I feel like I need something bigger than that to fill that space a little more. These are a little bit too wide. Like if I took a longer one of these, I could cut and stack them. Like this one. Or like this. Happiness depends on ourselves. I don't know that that's entirely true. That could be a debatable conversation, yes. I love having conversations like that. Sit me down with a couple of good friends, a bottle of wine, and a debatable conversation like that, and I'm in my element, man. Let's debate. Let's chat about that. What perspective do you have? Happiness depends upon ourselves. I don't think that's entirely true. It's like kind of gets to that no man is an island unto himself. Kind of gets at that. We're not meant to be alone. We're not meant to figure stuff out on our own. So see, like I could cut these all. Oh, geez. I have a little bit of white sticking out here. We're going to do the trimming. Like that. Cute. Now it'll fit. Now it'll fit. I lost your comments. Yeah, those, yeah, the flowers being upside down. Yeah. There's probably another one I could have picked that would have had the flowers on the other side, but it's okay. This one's double-sided, and that's why I picked it. It has decorative on the other side so that when we're looking at it from inside the vellum envelope, it will show nicely. All right, I have no nails. I cannot pick things up on my own. I pick things up, I put them down. Whenever anybody says anything about picking up, we always go the Arnold Schwarzenegger. These are shit. Excuse the language, but I have used those to pry so many things open that they've gotten bent, so they don't even meet at the tip. These, on the other hand, have been very protected, and so I should be able, if I can get the tip under there, I can actually pick it up. Does anybody use a tweezer for something like this? I just have no nails. I don't have any nails to like help myself with this. There. I like them wonky. You know, they're just gonna be just juxtapositioned so that they're a little wonky. Wowzer, am I struggling with that, huh? Oh man, that's too much glue. Oozy. It oozed out one side only. The other side was completely ignored. See, I have no nails, girls. I can't even hold it. It's so tiny. It's so teeny tiny. Oh, it's upside down. We don't want to go that way. I think I'm going to go this way with it. Make sure I don't have any glue on my tweezers. That one doesn't need to be so crazy bent or wonky. All right. I think we're getting it, girls. So this book, I likely won't keep it for myself, but so what I like to do is clean up any little mistakes, any little problems. you know, do that basic work. And I do like to decorate some pages, but I do like leaving quite a bit of it open to the next person who gets it, using it and decorating it the way they want based on how they're using it. So I do a combination of both. Uh-oh, why are you coming up? Why are you sticking out? Get down there. So cute. And look, I got that little issue right there. Clearly didn't get enough glue up in this corner. Leave it to me. I do it every time. I always miss my corners. My corners. All right, now, let me put my words away. This is all dry now, so I don't have to worry, I don't think, so much about this. Yep, it's all dried. This double-sided is going to go in here. Whenever there's a pocket, I do like to put something in it so we know. If Gracie can get her fingers to do the work. Cuteness, right? I actually may prefer, please don't get mad at me, it this way. Because this page is already so busy. And then we have this and this competing. So if I have the plainer design on this side, and I have a problem with this envelope, I'll explain in a minute. So the plainer one on that side looks really cute. And then here, where there's no floral, we have this floral showing through. Much better. Okay, this envelope drives me crazy. This is not glued down completely. Right here. On both sides. So I'm going to tack that down because that'll just about drive somebody crazy, no? Oh my gosh, all over the place, Sandy. There are some on my website that you can purchase, Art Journal Words, the digital download. If you are a member of the Craft Therapy Club, you get that stuff for free. So don't go buy it. You get it as part of your membership. They are in the group for you. But I do go onto Etsy and look for Art Journal Words. You can create your own. Just sit down and type out a bunch of phrases you like. And then the nice thing about that is you can do it in different sizes, different fonts. But I collect them. If ever I see a freebie, somebody gives a freebie away, I snatch it up because I always love just to have more options in my folder, right? Of different sizes, fonts, colors, all the things. That is super cute and I'm loving it. Okay, I'm looking for other little flaws that need to be, or things that need to be fixed or contended with in here. Now this is a vellum envelope with no opening because it's the other side of the envelope. So if you wanted to, you could take a sliver of the envelope off somewhere to make it an envelope, but I think I'm going to leave it for now because I don't know. This page needs to be contended with. So we need to put something here. And I was thinking, so we did the book page or dictionary page back here. Turned out really cute, right? On this one, I was thinking about another book page somewhere in this book. So I have a little more text because I have this dictionary page as well. So now I have, this is a front and back dictionary page. So I have those two, these two, and now we have this one back here. So do I want one more set? Maybe not the entire page, maybe just some of it as words. So I want to cover that up though because I don't love the look of it. So if I go to just a book and get some, I was saying, oh, is that a poem? I was like, oh, maybe that's a poem I can use. This is what makes me laugh because this is what it says. I don't want this in this book, but it's funny. The captain's name was Mugger, a dirty-minded bugger. He wasn't fit to shovel shit from one deck to another. That makes me laugh. This is not the book for that, but that's That's hilarious to me. That is freaking hilarious to me. Sometimes when you use book pages in your books, it's probably good to be mindful. Like, what is the book about? And is it something that you're going to want to put those book pages in your book? That cracks me up. All right, maybe not that. Maybe not that book. I have my little prayer book here, right? We don't want that in there, girl. Be careful. I don't mean to snort. Oh, goodness. All right, these are prayer books. So, like, I wouldn't mind prayers in there. So I don't know what I want. So let's just take a peek and see if we can find something. Here's a psalm, and it's short enough it could fit on the page. Here's a hymn, short enough to fit on the page. Let me just quickly read through them and see if it's something I might want in there. The moon with borrowed light gives witness to the sun, discreetly fading with the night when morning has begun. John's borrowed light was drawn from heaven's vibrant rays, his life a witness to the dawn of Christ's approaching blaze. The clouds of sin yet masked earth's tangled stubbly ground, and oh, how many hearts still ask where God's clear path is found. For borrowed light we pray, so we may be a sign that points to Christ, the truth, the way, the life, the light divine. I love this. I think it's talking about John the Baptist. It's December 19th. So when you think about, like, in the liturgical year, what was going on. That is very pretty. Let's use this in collage. A prayer for the morning. Age to age proclaims God's works. Let us acclaim him with songs of praise. Glory to Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit, as it was in the beginning, is now, and ever shall be. Amen. I just want this, and I don't want the red text. I just want this little psalm, or hymn, I should say. This hymn can be sung to the tune used for crown him with many crowns. Okay. We're just going to pull this out. I'm going to get rid of the stuff around it. This paper is super fragile and thin. Now, I think what I'm going to do is, maybe I will leave that there because I'm going to collage with other papers. So, like, maybe I'll glue this down. That won't fit like that. It will fit like this, but I don't want this edging. I just want, to get down to, now if I can cover that up with something, then I don't mind that paper being there. It's just, I just want the words. So if I do this and I find something else to put there, let me get to my paper scraps. I could use fabric as well. I'm going to go to here. Like, I have this skinny bit. I probably wouldn't use the whole thing, but maybe part of it. See how I have this torn down here? So maybe I would want this torn up here. I can cut that off later. But let's just see what else we have that could be pretty. I think I have this little bit. I like this even better. The color, I like this color so much as a backdrop for this. All right, hold on, girls. I just play until I find my way here. I wouldn't mind that, maybe a bit of fabric behind there just to soften up that one corner. Like, we used this fabric somewhere on here. I know we did. What if I have this back here somehow? I like it. And then what down here? I'm looking in my fabric bin for things. There is some yellow in this book. So could we use a scrap of yellow down here? Now I'm feeling like my pink paper is getting lost in the mix here. And I I love, love, love. Okay, that's fine there. That fits there great. I love this torn edge, so I don't want to lose that. So I probably would still keep this here like that. And so to mute down the yellow, put it underneath my torn paper. And then I could have this there. That way I get my whole tear right there. And then maybe we leave this pink paper out, or maybe this pink paper goes back here. Pink or green? I'm super visual, you guys. I don't like the green because of the green that's on here is too muted to go along with that. So I don't think I like the green. I'm going to look through my fabric stash and see if I have another pink piece. Otherwise, I might go toward the papers. I know you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm looking through here at just what I have. These are like my specialty. These are like really interesting and different types of fabric. They're not like just cotton, like, plain cotton. These are really big swatches of fabric. And oh, look at this one. Oh, what are you? Little pretty pinks and greens. What do you need a job? Are you looking for something to do? Because we need help. We need help up here. Would you be the right piece to go right there? I think so. I like this even more than the yellow. Yellow Mellow. Do you remember that song? That awful song they called him Yellow Mellow. I can't help myself, girls. All right, there's something wrong with this whole thing in the fact that we have a gap right here. I love this. I love this. I love this, but this is too small now. Or what if I cut this down? Oh boy, now I'm getting all wacky. I'm going to rip this down because that'll show more of this pink. But see how there's a gap here. So although I love this, it's not right for there. I could just take another piece of, because I have a ton of this kind of coffee stained paper. So let me hang tight, girls. Put this out of my way, put these out of my way, because now I've kind of made a decision. I need to find a piece of coffee stained paper. Not that, not that. That's a little bigger. So just bear with me while I put this book page away and look around. Where's my coffee stained papers? Oh, don't you worry, girls. We got coffee stained paper. I could even find one that's a little more dramatic. Well, these are tags, actually. Is it the same size? It is the same size as my page. What the front door are we talking about here? Now, that is not anything I expected to use, but let's see if it works. I wanted coffee stained. This is a little more dramatic. It actually has a leaf pattern on it. Oh, or a sunburst. If we did the tag on this end of this page, if I went up a little, I could maintain that tag. That would be kind of cool. I don't want the yellow to be highlighted that much. I may even tear my tag, girls. If I did this. Come on. Now, this tag isn't as tall if I do that. It's not as tall. If I go like that, it is the same exact height almost as my page. I could have a little bit of yellow here. I could put, I love this most, so I would want that kind of more prominence. I could put that there. And then this here. I kind of like that. This doesn't, I don't need to use this whole thing. So see how I keep pulling it this way? I just need it to cover the blank spot. So I would be able to salvage on that. For another project, I'd be able to salvage most of this. Like that piece will go back in my bin for something else. And then all I need here is that little splash of yellow. I like this. All right, I'm going to start. I may still make adjustments, just that I reserve the right. Let me put this stuff away. So I have, again, more room and I can see your comments because I can't really see them right now. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There you are. Save the other side of what? Where do you find all your words from? I love that. Thank you. Thank you. Sandy. Hey, C Hibbs. Wondering the same. I need some lists of words. Oh, I did answer it. Were you here to hear like where I get my stuff? C Libs. I don't know who that is, but welcome, welcome. Go to my website, thecomfywithgrace.com, into the shop. If you are a member of the Craft Therapy Club, you get it all for free. So please do not buy that stuff. It is in the group for you. The printables and downloads, even the papers that I have graphically designed, those are all in there for you guys. You do not have to buy it. Just FYI. This is going to go here. I kind of like, I like this side better with the leaf. I'm going to glue this down right here. I could leave this open, glue it here, here, and here so that this is open, but I'm not going to. That feels too complicated to me. I'm just going to glue this whole thing down because I think it's kind of cool on this page. I need to make sure I get, this is a little wonky. It's a little bent from getting wet from coffee stained. So I need to get to my edges so that they don't creep up on the page. So they actually stay down, and I'm going to have to hold it for a minute. The book paper that you got that from, I read it when you flipped it over. This one? Thanks, Carol. Thanks for that compliment. The tag is like, just see how it's just bent? It is what it is. It's from the coffee staining. I don't mind it being a little wonky like that, but that's why I'm giving it extra attention to hold it down. Now this, I don't need this whole piece either. I only need part of this. I love this torn edge, so I'm going to put this down here, just enough to cover, I think, cover the white. But let me just check. No, I do want it to go lower than that. I want it to be like right there. This is going to go here. And I may end up putting something more like right in here. Let's just see. I'm not going to worry about that just yet. Let's get this figured out. And I'm starting to wonder if I should have done something with that hole on the tag. I'm going to let this hang over the edge just a little. It's going to be a little taller than it needs to be, because I want this fringe to hang out from the top. So there, I want that there just because I like it, just because I think it's cool. Should I have done something here? It's really, oh, it's not glued down all the way. I might put something decorative there. That's good. It's not glued down because I can still decide. I'm loving this. This is really flimsy, so I think I'm going to put this on a piece of paper that can be more like solid, like hold it more sturdily in place, because it's really flimsy. So I'm just looking for a piece of thicker paper. That's thicker, but you know, I don't want white and I don't want Christmas trees. That sure is thicker, but I think that's really bold and I don't want that. That's just not the right vibe. I'm just looking for a piece of cardstock that would make sense behind that. This is all little bits of paper, so there's nothing in here that works for me. So that's okay, because you know I got me some lots of stash. The stash isn't the issue. I'm just going to go over to the other side of the room. Now I've used this color in this book in a few places. I have this in a few places in here. And it matches real well, so I could do this. I think cutting it will be fine. I was thinking, do I want to tear it? Do I want my pinking shears? I think cutting it will be fine. Just to give it a little base that makes it stand out more. This is a little bit too wide. It's too much of a margin, especially with that torn edge. So I cut a little bit off there, straighten that out. I don't care if it's not totally straight. I'm not going to put a wet glue on there to hold that in. I don't need a really heavy glue. I can use this permanent glue and it'll work just fine. So I'm going to use this permanent glue, but I need my, where did I put it, girls? Where did it go? Where's my glue? Where did I put that stinking catalog, girls? Well, I don't know where it is. I'm just going to pull this page that I threw in the garbage. I don't know where that catalog went. Oh, that made that really sticky. Sticky Mickey. Ah, it stuck to me. Oh my gosh, it's like tissue paper. It's so thin. Okay. Let me see about this. I'm thinking about a metal decorative brad. That's kind of what I'm thinking. Not an eyelet. I kind of want maybe something like this. Kind of rustic and decorative. Oh no, it will show from the back, will it? I don't want that. I don't want to see it from the back. Is this big enough? Ow! Jeez, that thing hardly bends. Is it big enough? It is big enough, and it is decorative. Now, can I hide it? It's not going to fall through. Yeah, see, that's cute. It doesn't show through there, but it just adds something decorative. All right, I likey. We're going to do that. I have more fun. This whole process to me, the challenge of it, and the excitement in finding things. Uh-oh, I think I put too much glue. The excitement in finding things that you like together. This whole, first of all, the practice of doing that will help you discover your own style. It will just come out naturally the more you do it. But the whole challenge of it is so rewarding. Really have to think about, what do you have in your stash? What could you use? What is the vibe you're going for? See, I put way too much glue way up here. I didn't need that glue. Because remember, I wanted that to hang out the top a little bit. Not quite that much. See that? I want that there. So that I don't screw anything up, I'm just going to stick that in there just in case I need it. This is going to go. I wanted to have that edge. I want it. Can you just scooch down a little bit? Yeah, I wanted this to be seen here. Like that. So we're going to glue this down here. So the book will not be completely decorated, but the pages that needed a little attention, time and attention, I love to do this. And then whoever gets the book is getting a little bit of my style and can add whatever they want in addition to make it more their own style. Oh my gosh, I love it. I love it so much. Okay, that actually, it's not even wet anymore. All right, there's that same color of paper that I used there. Uh-oh, this isn't glued down. Why are you not sticky sticking? You've been wanting to make a junk journal, J. Rona? Is it J.R. Nana? I've been watching true crime stuff in the middle of the Body Against Cuffs and Crime, your channel parent. You can take a hint. And we're putting a prayer down, friend. We're putting a prayer down in this junk journal. So that's interesting. You can, if you're just coming in, because I'm just about finished here, go back and watch the replay of this because I read this prayer and maybe that is just a God wink for you. Maybe, my friends, that is the God wink you needed today. I'm really happy that you're here though. Welcome. You are so welcome. All right, what do you think of that page? I'll do a quick flip through and show you the things that we did today. Started this book last night. It was yesterday, wasn't it? On my Facebook page. Oh, here's the rest of my cover. Okay, so here's the cover. Will get tied like this. Untie, and you're going to get to take this off. You can put a prayer, a poem, song lyrics, journaling back there if you want, a photo, whatever you want. Then we did this cover to the back cover today. Half of this was yesterday, half of it today. And then we've been embellishing. So we did this whole page because it was plain white and we wanted something on there. This is what we did today. We put this fringe here. We did cut down these pages a little bit to clean them up. We added this little fixer-upper for my broken vellum envelope. And we also created the insert. Happiness depends on ourselves. I think that's debatable, but it was one of the phrases that I had available to me that fit really well. So we made that insert of vellum envelope. It shows up really nicely right there. We added the word daffodil from a dictionary page, and then we used the rest of that dictionary page to highlight darling, daffodil, and dainty. We added this sweet daffodil colored yellow trim. And that's it. That was a lot. We did a lot today, actually, friends. What do you think? What do you think? Do you like it? I hope you like it. I hope you're inspired more than anything. Even if you don't love my style, I really hope you walk away with the how-tos and the encouragement to just get after it. Like, just go do it. Don't discourage yourself. Don't talk yourself out of it. Don't let somebody else talk you out of it. If you really, really want to explore this as a creative endeavor for yourself. Don't let somebody talk yourself out of it. Give it a whirl. Give it a whirl. Have some fun with it. I hope you have some time this weekend for creative fun and self-care. Thanks, Sandy. Thanks, Lori. Hey, Lori. Jennifer, right? That is like the little blessings of these books is they do, if you put time into it, they can be very thoughtful and meaningful. They really can be very thoughtful and meaningful. They can be playful, they can be sarcastic, they can be fun. If I had put that other phrase from that other book in here, that would have been hilarious, but the whole book would have taken on a different vibe, right? Now, I still have all of these leftovers that I have a folder of printed pages that I pull from whenever I'm making a journal. So these leftover pages for this book, I'm not sure if I'm done. I'm done here today because I've been on for an hour and a half. This is just the way I work, right? So I'm done with this today. I need a break. So I'm going to go have some lunch with my husband because I can tell he's still here at home. And I'll come back to this book later and then flip through it again and think on it and decide if I want to add more to it. So I'll keep these handy because maybe I'll need these to do some more decorating for this book. But until I make that decision, I'll just have them handy. This is the cover of this book, yet this is still a little damp. So I'm going to leave it just like this on my table to dry. I'm going to leave it just like that on my table to dry while I go have my lunch. Oh, and this postcard. I still want to find a place for this postcard in this book. So I'm going to put this right here. When I come back, I'll know. My next job is to definitely find a home for that in there and then decide if I want to do more to the book. All right, ladies, God bless you all. Have a beautiful, blessed day and weekend. I hope you have some time to create and craft, or at the very least, if you don't have the energy, a lot of times I want to create and craft, I don't have the energy. I hope you have some time to watch some videos that might inspire you. Either peruse my channel here on YouTube or go to Facebook and check it out and watch some of the videos that I've made available to maybe inspire you for your next project. I watched a video this week and I'm just itching to have the time to get to my table and work on the type of cover that this woman showed how to make on her video. So in the back of my mind, when I get a minute to myself personally, I'm going to come back here and try that. And that gets me really excited and motivated to keep creating at my table. So I hope you find some things like that, either here or somewhere else. Have a blessed weekend, ladies. I'll catch you next time.